really appreciate those of you who've been hanging in there, because I have been very remiss in producing videos, and every time I say I will do it, I will do it. I do have some that I'm attempting to edit from several months back now, my last trip. But today I want to talk about my kind of being a little bit ambivalent about news of celebrities moving to or visiting or getting their citizenship in African countries. Although, like this latest one who got his citizenship on his birthday, makes me very, very happy, because I am a great fan, and I feel in many ways a kindred spirit to him. And he deserves it. He's been on this track. He's been on this path for more than 50 years. It's not like he just woke up one day and said to do it. Even with all his resources, he took his time. When I first went to Ghana in 1989, friends that I had there had already met him, had already talked about their experience with him and how much they liked him. And one sister, I almost wanted to choke her because she showed me, he kissed me right here. You know who I'm talking about, but anyway, you know who you are. But yeah, so when I began this journey in 1989, not thinking it was possible, but that's when it first came to my mind. I didn't think it was possible back then, but Stevie Wonder was already on that journey. So I say, right on, brother, props to you, and to say I love you and admire you and am inspired by you. Those words are too weak to even say it. So I'm really proud and thankful, and I'm just happy for him to get that on your birthday. And I look forward to the day when I do the same. But my ambivalence comes with the fact that we are trained, we are programmed in the United States and other places too, but especially in the United States. I'm talking about African Americans, black people, people whose ancestors came from Africa or were brought here from Africa. We tend to want to kind of jump on the bandwagon. And we will spend all kinds of money and go all out of our way to ride the next wave. Well, unfortunately, since 2019, I think that's when the latest wave of going back to Africa started. Since 2019, there's a lot of people who have jumped on that bandwagon, rushed over to the continent, demanding to see YouTubers they watch get an attitude if they can't. Just to say, and just to make videos and tell their friends, look what I did, look what I did. You know, I'm in with this wave. It's like wearing the latest Nike, or getting your nails done with whatever new fancy nail look they were getting, you know, a nice smooth weave or whatever. A wig, you know, we see what other people do, and we want to do like that. We want to be like them, so we want to do like them. And the reality is, that's a very bad thing. That is not the reason for you to move to Ghana, to Nigeria, to the Gambia, to Senegal, to Togo, to Cameroon, any of these places, any place in Africa. If you are feeling an ancestral call, if you have always been fascinated and felt displaced, that's a different thing. But if you are going because you heard this celebrity or that celebrity or this YouTube star or that YouTube star is doing it, or because you heard somebody can make a lot of money by going to Africa and buying stuff cheap and selling it, or using the cheap labor to make big bucks and you know, have a big mansion and be living large, that is not the reason. That's not the reason to go, because we have had people doing that for hundreds of years. If you don't feel a connection with Africa, yeah, visit. Yeah, visit all you want. They can use the tourist dollars. And if you're an African American, you should know something about the continent from which your people were taken. You should know that and experience that, and maybe that will change you. But to up and say, I'm just gonna move over there because I've been hearing about it, and I follow this YouTuber and that YouTuber. That's a big mistake. And so when I hear about a celebrity milestone, such as moving, such as buying a studio, such as building a home, such as getting their citizenship, such as taking a tour over, a celebrity tour over. When I hear about that, my ambivalence is that, okay, here we go with a whole nother slew of people who are gonna want to be next in line to rush over there and be with the latest trend. Get over there. Some people are actually getting rid of things, quitting their jobs, selling their homes, whatever, finding a way to go and move there without knowing what they're doing, without having any connections, with never having understood or even tried to understand enough about the country or the region that you're going to, that you have a reasonable chance to be successful. And those people, those are the ones who you always hear whining and crying the loudest about. Africa ain't this, Africans ain't that, you can't do this over there, they don't like me over there, or they all want to do this and I can never do that, and can't find this, and the houses are like this and the businesses like that. You know, those are the ones who come back over here whining and crying and complaining louder than anybody else, because they went over unprepared, ignorant of customs and traditions, and really not caring, just wanting to jump on the bandwagon, and you know, under some idea that there's something to be gained from that. I really don't want people to keep doing that. I predict there would be a whole nother wave of people, just like there was when 2019, the year of return, was publicized, which I think that's great. It's great that there was tourism and people, many more people did go and visit, but that is not, I mean, your reaction to these things and this news or these accomplishments that other people are doing, your reaction should not be, ooh, me too, and jump on the bandwagon. Because unless you have a calling, unless you feel pulled, now I'm not getting all, you know, crazy on you, but I mean it. If you don't feel a pull deep in your soul, if you don't start eating, thinking, breathing, everything becomes Africa for you. You know, you get to a point where if it ain't about Africa, it ain't about anything. And maybe that's a little bit extreme, but if you're not there, if you're not feeling that pull, if your pull is about making some money, if your pull is about finding a man or finding a woman, you know, getting with somebody you've seen, if that's what you're about, visit, and then go home, go back to where you feel comfortable. Because one thing that America has done to us, it's done a number on us as Black people. It has brainwashed us. It has afflicted us with severe slave mentality, or post-traumatic slave disorder, I hear some people call it. You really believe everything that you've been taught. You've been miseducated and lied to, and you start believing that, and you start thinking that that's your own perception. I can't tell you how many people, when they know or hear that I have been going back and forth to Ghana, that I love Ghana, that I will live there, that I'm preparing, making preparations to move there, always have something negative to say. Perfect example. Okay, this is a real true story, happened just a few weeks ago. Saw the spouse of a relative a few weeks ago. Conversation went something like this. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? All right, all right. Hear you in Africa. And I'm like, well, as you know, given that I am African, I guess you could say that I'm African. So yeah, you could say I'm into Africa. Nigeria. No, not Nigeria. I have landed in Nigeria, never gotten off the plane, because my Nigerian friends, he cuts me off. I get that much of it out, because my Nigerian friends, he cuts me off, are assholes. I'm like, no, I don't deal with assholes. As I said, these are my friends, and they're very nice people. And then he goes, before he cuts me off again, but I have some very nice relationships with Nigerians. I know some very nice Nigerians, and rather than hear that, he continues his train of thought, which is because all the Nigerians I know, that they all assholes. And at that point, it's like, I ain't got time for this. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be over here. Bye. Those are the kind of people that, if given the opportunity or convinced by somebody that it would benefit them to go to Africa, honey, they'd be there in a heartbeat. And it would be catastrophic for them and for those of us who are serious about repatriating. I'm not repatriating, and for our brothers and sisters there, it would be catastrophic, because I've seen those of you who have gone over there, gotten excited, got swept up in the moment, went over there, and things didn't work out because you weren't prepared, or because you had unrealistic expectations, or because you were totally ignorant. And then you get on YouTube and you want to trash everybody. You want to trash the country. You want to trash the people that you were working with. You want to trash those of us who still are going there and still see the value of it and still are called to do so. You want to trash all of that, and you do it very loudly and very publicly, and that's not good. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But I'm glad that you made it back to where you feel comfortable. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about my ambivalence in hearing this news about the latest celebrity who has now his Ghanaian citizenship. And again, very proud of him. But I just want to say that don't jump on the bandwagon, okay? Don't jump on the bandwagon because of stuff you hear. Visit if you can, and just take it from there. Go with no expectations, okay? I don't want to hear about how undeveloped it is. Or I don't want to hear about, this is another one I get. Well, I ain't leaving here. Our people built this country. Built it for who, though? Built this country for who? and what kind of threat or whip or gun or other manipulation was there for your ancestors to build this country? And if your ancestors built this country, what are you building? See, what are you building? You're sitting and relaxing and enjoying the ease and comfort and convenience of what your ancestors contributed, what they sacrificed for. And that's cool. If that's what you're about, that's what you're about. Ease, comfort, luxury, name brands, designer, looking good, nails done, hair did. All that's good, because that's what's important to you. And if that's what's important to you, then you are right where you need to be. Visit Africa. Don't get it twisted and think you're supposed to live there just because some of us are, and because some celebrities that you happen to like, or you heard about somebody making a bunch of money over it. That's not the reason to go. There are other people who have been doing that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and they and you, if you're one of them, are the problem. They are part of the reason why our mother continent has not progressed to be as rich as she is in natural resources. People are coming and taking away to other places. So, no thank you. As I speak on behalf of all repats and all my African brothers and sisters on the continent, we don't need that, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for listening to me rant. I just had this thought when I heard about my man Stevie Wonder and what happened, and I'm so proud of him. But on the other hand, I'm so here we go again. All right, peace.